amazing souls. Welcome back to another episode with me on my channel Cosmic Contracts with Princess Starlight. So, today's topic is Persecution Imprint. Now, Persecution Imprint basically, persecution means hostility, or it can be ill treatment, oppression, right? And it can be based on you're receiving all these things because of your race, your political opinion, your religious beliefs. So, in short, wherever your belief system is targeted for that, right? So, what is your belief system? And belief means, difference, difference of opinion in origin or social outlook. So there is going to be a difference because of which the clash or the ill treatment or oppression or whatever hostility is received because of those. Now, what happens is, especially for um, this is for all souls generally, because for 2000 more years, if we say 2000 plus years, the feminine energy, the divine feminine energy has been targeted for a very long time, very, very long time, right? And we as souls, either we incarnate in female body or a male body. So it's not like if this lifetime I'm a female, I'll be a female next time also. I choose my incarnation, whether I want it to be male or female, depending on my soul purpose, or whatever lessons I have to learn in those in that particular incarnation. I take the avatar of either a male or female. So all of us do this, right? So divine feminine has been damaged, or let's say distorted, in all of us in some way or the other, right? In the current moment where we have feminists and they are speaking up, these are souls who are fighting for the divine feminine. In a way, you see the faces, but behind that is the energy. they are the they are the you can call, either you can call them witches or you can call them healers, seers, shamans, who who have been speaking loudly and boldly about the feminine energy, and they have done in their past and they are doing it now, right? So where is all this all this persecution imprint? All right, so why do you need to know about this? Firstly, anything your body is collecting is getting stored in your cellular level, and this is deeply it's deeply imprinted in your cellular level. It's like, it's like a remembrance of the punishment that you have gone through. You have taken another life, another incarnation, but your soul and the deep tissues, cells, your DNA, they still remember the energetic imprint, and they still hold it in your inside. This energetic imprint is still, it's like encoded in your system, right? And it can be found in your DNA, your blood, cells, tissues, deep tissues, you all these things. Like with ascension, we now know that something in the DNA gets changed. This bloodline we keep hearing, like, yeah, it's in his blood always. This is like a common thing that we hear. Oh, yeah, it is in their family blood, or it's in their blood because they are from that family, all these things, right? And then cells and tissues, and even for blood. Like if you see Hitler, he used for his ceremonies, he would, he would cut his arm, and the other generals of his army would also cut, and they would combine the blood together. They had some really deep connection with blood is there, all right, always. So either in your past life you could have been persecuted, or you could have been the persecutor. So both the imprints are still in you if they have not been healed. So any decision in any lifetime, any decision, any judgment that you have taken, it has left that imprint inside of you. And it cannot just be found in you, but also your family, your community, then it extends to your nation, your own legacy, also on at the large, from micro to macro level, humanity. We live in the human world, but there are other worlds also, right? So we live in the human world, and that's why humanity. So this energetic pattern that is not healed, so it's like, it's like a loop. We call the karma a loop, and this energetic pattern, like a loop, like a code, like a program, this is like a program, internal program running in us. It keeps running in us, and this program is running in a loop, right? And what happens is that this energy pattern, emotion is what? Energy in motion. So this energy pattern is getting passed from generation to generation, and it keeps getting passed on, right? So what happens is, so what is the effect if you're still carrying this persecution imprint, especially the light workers, or witches. Witches are basically, you can call, healers. They termed it as witches, but actually they were healers, they were seers, they were shamans. They were connected to the nature, Mother Earth, and they knew how to harness Mother Earth's energy, the divine feminine mother energy. And when you start tapping into these energies, you become powerful, you become knowledgeable, you hold the keys, and obviously your light increases, which did not go well, it did not go down well with the masculine patriarchal system. So, when, and especially if you were a woman in those times and you had so much of power, you're powerful, you're knowledgeable, you are wise, you are strong, you can take your own decisions. That means you are able to stand on your own and be strong. So you must have heard this term crone. Crone basically is a wise woman, right? She knows how, like, we came here alone and we are here on this journey meeting people, but at the end of the day we have to do our journey alone, and she has the knowledge, she has the wisdom, she is powerful. And women back in those times, if they were powerful, obviously it did not go down well with the masculine patriarchy system. So therefore, the only way to shut them down is, towards them, is treating them ill, ill treatment towards them, being hostile towards them, or oppressing them. So if, now let's see the ways. First, the causes. Okay, and these causes could have turned out to be traumatic as well. All right. So see if this resonates with you. It's not like you need to remember, but the energy, like you'll feel a trigger inside of you when I write these things. Maybe you have gone through mistreatment, okay, in this life or past life, but the energy is still there. You could have been humiliated. You could have been a slave. You keep feeling like I had this, and going after meeting a spiritual healer, I found that, in my past life, maybe I was a slave, and because I carried a lot of pain in my lower back. And after a lot of medical treatment, everything, nothing worked out. And just one session with the spiritual healer, and she figured out, maybe, I was a slave. She found out that, I was a slave and I was beaten and everything. And immediately after that session, I never had a back pain ever again. So you must, hostility could be another. Then let's write here. Okay. Then attack, assault, war, especially World War I, II, Holocaust. So either your previous generations, so even if they haven't healed, it's getting passed on, right? Or maybe you were in the war and then you died, and now you are in another, this present incarnation. You have no connection right now, but the, like, your past life, you being there and experiencing the war, the imprints are still going to be there. Third is, um, rape, torture, witch trial, or hunt, you can say, where we were burnt or drowned in water. Basically, this created a lot of terror in women. And what they used to do is that, they'll take away the babies of the women, and therefore women turned against women. So what happens is, even today you see that, women kind of do not, mostly women do not support the other women. There is kind of some competition or some comparison always, and from where it is coming, even we don't know, but there is something that I am better or they are better or something. And we are always against one another, we are never in unity. But now, with me too and so many, when you see these global level things where, females are asking for their right, it's the divine feminine rising again. And if your divine feminine, I keep talking about that, if your divine feminine is empowered, then you want to empower others always, be it male or female. And if it is not, the other, especially your gender, the other person is always going to be a competition for you. So that is the wounded energy actually. It's nothing to do with you, but it's the wounded energy inside of you. Then, and they would take, so what would happen here is they would take away the babies. So the women had to turn against one another to save their family or their children. And it created a lot of terror in women. So, women, if you have a lot of terror and you don't know where it is coming from, maybe, these topics, anything that you feel, it's there will be a trigger inside of you. All right, then the other is genocide. Actually, all this, whether it's war, witch trial, it was mass killing of people, and it still happens in certain parts of the planet till now. Then isolation and punishment. So if you were not speaking in past, they would put you in prison and isolate you in the darkness, and therefore you have, this fear of darkness. And punishment for, especially women who were powerful. So in that time they were unacceptable women who could speak up for themselves, who had their own opinions. So any woman back in those times who could express their opinion or hold their own beliefs and stand strong for that, they were unacceptable in the society, right? So such women were always punished. Until date we hear these scars, like we are called as slut or bitches or witches. I mean, you name it, something. It's still carrying forward, and it has come down to all these things. These are mostly most of the causes that I have covered. And if there is more, then I am sorry if I did not cover something, but this is what it's generally when I journal, I get these words and I wrote them. The second is, so out of all these causes, okay, now what happens is, if it's still, so this is df energy, let's take, and supposing because of all these causes it's distorted, the connection is not clean or clear, so there's no clarity. So what will happen is, what is the effect? The effects of these things is going to be E or A? I'm so sorry if it's E. Okay, so the effects are going to be, it will always keep you small. You think you're supposed to live larger than life, but you're always keeping yourself small. Second is, you're always quiet. You can never, like, you want to express your thoughts and feelings, but you end up staying quiet, you end up staying silent always. This was a huge thing for me. The third is that you always, you know keep yourself less powerful. You are actually very well aware of your power inside of you. You'll always keep feeling there are two people inside of you. One is trying to always suppress you, keep you down, and keep you less or small. The other person in you, the other voice, is like it's roaring inside of you. It wants, it feels, it, you can feel how powerful it is, and yet you choose to keep yourself less powerful. I found this in my mother, I found this in my siblings, I found this in myself as well, right? And only these imprints can be worked out, they can be healed, because new age era is all about being, expressing your true authentic self. You can be sure that you are safe always. You are going to be safe in these in this new age. So you are safe, you are here to express your true self and heal. When you do all these things, you open path for your ascension to 5D. Okay, so these are the effects. You'll always live small than you can feel inside where you are supposed to be, but you keep yourself small always. And what will be the hindrances of these things? Now what happens is that when you keep yourself stuck here, all right, next page, sorry. So what will happen if that energy, right, when I'm talking about this, that this is distorted, this divine feminine energy is distorted, the effects will be, you are going to stay small. Now what will happen is, the other things that are going to be is, it will create hindrance. And especially if you are a light worker, star seed, and you're here to build a community, a generation, a foundation for new era, the hindrances that you're going to feel, you will find that there's a block when you want to build audience, community, becoming visible. You want to keep yourself small, so you are not able to see how you're going to be visible. You have lived invisible for a very long time, but you're supposed to be visible out there in the crowd, speaking, talking, all these things. You won't be able to express your authentic self, and you will never be able to be the divine you, the fearless you, because you're still holding on to those energies, those trauma, those causes. So there is fear of coming out of your spiritual closet. I had that a lot. Somewhere I feel I still hold certain imprints. But remember, if you know, how do you know? Firstly, something will trigger. Then how do you heal? Remember, on this journey, when your spirit team knows that uh, you are now capable to heal that particular trauma or that cause, it will automatically come into your life. The message will come, or something you will feel, or something, a vision will be shown to you in your meditation, something, through something you'll get to know that this had happened with you in the past, and you need to heal that. But if you right now your soul is not ready to deal with it, it won't come up. So do not push yourself. Let it come to you naturally. Whatever is meant for you, it is going to come naturally to you. So if you heal all these, and these hindrances will go away, then you will be able to express yourself loud and clear. You will be able to make your own opinions and stand strongly, your own opinions, views, beliefs, and you will be able to stand strongly in all these things, right? Powerfully, fearlessly, and divine. You will be able to open the codes of knowledge and wisdom that reside in you, especially again for light workers, star seeds. You're carrying the code, especially light workers, because you're here to create a foundation. You already hold the codes of knowledge, wisdom, love, everything within you. It's just about releasing all the trauma or all the energy that blocks your internal energy pipes, and releasing these codes. Then, now what happens is, in the past, all right, in the past, women in the patriarchy were, it's like there was a big no if they could do all these things, so they had to be shut down. But now, if your divine feminine energy, as it heals all these things, you'll start aligning yourself to these things, because you are a unique soul. You have your own purpose, and you have a right to express yourself. So you have a right to express yourself. You are a unique soul, and you have a purpose. Don't ever, if somebody is making you feel, oh, you are just useless, there's no purpose, I'm sorry. Every soul has a purpose. If you're failing in multiple things, the thing is, the only reason you're failing is, firstly, failure is stepping stone to success. Secondly, failure tells you that this is not for you, there is something else for you. And while the world will say that, oh, you're failing while others can do this, maybe you're meant for something else. It's on you to actually acknowledge that, become aware of that, maybe, like the crowd or the sheep or the rat race, everybody's fitting into that particular thing. But if you are not fitting, then there is something else for you. Now, these karmic imprints are where, so when I was talking about these causes, okay, then I showed you it will always keep you small. What are the hindrances? Especially if you are a light worker, then what will be the hindrances? So you're here to build a community, right? A society, a foundation, an audience, and becoming visible. All these will be blocked, and finally you won't be able to express your true self and live your purpose out in the open. You'll always be in the closet. So where are these karmic imprints getting stored. Where are they getting stored? Same. In your human body with five other layers inside, it's your womb. I call it the storing pot always. It is your womb that is storing all these things. Your womb, your sacral chakra, or the sacred, I call it the sacred chakra. It's getting everything related to divine feminine, or even actually the masculine part, but it's more connected to the solar plexus chakra. So anyhow, more it's getting connected. Let's not get in more deep into that. Mostly everything is getting stored here, and whatever is stored here, it's affecting your root chakra. Now root chakra is for feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling stable. So anything, if you don't feel safe, if you don't feel secure, like especially your financial issues, like financially you're not strong, you don't feel stable, all these things are connected to your root. And because root is holding your belief, the foundation, the building of your belief system, and the energy that is blocked in the womb is trickling from the womb and affecting your root chakra, and then it is also moving up, blocking, because once the divine feminine starts to heal, you see, we keep saying that the in this patriarchy, the masculinity, it's so strong, it's toxic. Why is it toxic? Because the df is not, the feminine energy is wounded. Once it starts to nourish, heal, even the divine masculine is wounded. The only reason it's becoming so toxic is because it is not receiving the nurturing, the kind, the compassionate, the loving energies of the divine feminine. And therefore the df, once it starts to heal, this toxic masculine nature that we, this toxic environment, this masculine energy is carrying, even that will heal. This is also a damaged energy of dm, divine masculine. And with the df rising, this toxic energy will start to heal with all the love, nurturing, kindness, all these things. So the imprints are stored in your womb, and with womb healing, it helps you in releasing these patterns that you're holding, and that keep you, you feel scared, you feel fear, and they will always keep you down. So these are the few things that they are stored in your womb space. You start working on these three chakras. How do you begin? There are many healers. You can always, as I keep saying, I do this work. So if you have any questions, if you want, I always give free half an hour sessions for my clients. So first clients, I mean. So just to figure out where you are and from where do you want to start. A consultation will always help you. So either you can do it from you, like many people have, many families have their own spiritual gurus, and they can always take help of them. The other thing is, in this new age era, people are saying that they need a guru, they need a guru. Yes, you need a guru, but who is the ultimate guru? Please let me tell you that the ultimate guru that you are looking for, or you're seeking for, is you. The more you heal yourself, bring in more clarity, make your intuition strong, align to the universe. Remember, you have a soul plan, you have a purpose, you have a blueprint, and only you will know what's best for you. So ultimately, you are the guru, and you have to achieve that stage where you become your own guru, right? So I hope this topic helped you. Am I missing something? So I covered the definition, then I covered for 2000 years it's been damaged. then it's getting stored in your cells, your DNA, your blood, your tissues. You could have been the persecutor or the persecuted. It's like an energy loop that's keeping you small, it's keeping you quiet, less powerful, and you always know inside how powerful you are or where you're meant to be. So, what's stopping you? Maybe these are the causes that are affecting you, and unless and until you heal them, you will always find these hindrances. And once you clear these effects and hindrances, that's only when you start aligning to these things, expressing yourself clearly, you being powerful, strong, fearless, the divine you. And where it is stored, it's getting stored mainly in your womb, and whatever energy is trickling from that damaged energy, it's affecting your root chakra, then your solar plexus, blocking your heart chakra as well. And for ascension, clearing this is very important. All right. So I hope this topic helped you. Lots of love and light. Princess Starlight.